Yo, Banter fans, we've got myself, Sheldon 𝗦𝗧𝗧𝗏, and this guy. We got Dylan in the house. The Lord of Entry. Where's the sparkles come from, bro?
Right, magic. Look at this bang.
Dude, I like that. That's it. I love it, guys. Guys, today, myself, obviously, we are the traders of Banter. We wanted to bring you guys a product and show you guys something that is new to the channel, new partners of the channel, and this is called BitFunded. And I think why we wanted to jump on is because we've seen a little bit of redness in the market over the last couple of weeks, and we saw how people basically do incredibly well when the markets go up, but they get destroyed when it comes to things like leverage and things like that when the markets go down for a couple of weeks. And what ends up happening is they end up losing a lot of their money as the markets go down. And when the market finally rises back up again, they're out of money, right? They're exhausted, they're liquidated, they're tired, you know. So it comes down to capital preservation. What's it? Preserve your capital. Exactly, right? It comes down to these things.
All costs.
Exactly. So what we wanted to do is we wanted to show you guys, you know, a different way of trading, and it's called prop trading, right? And the company we're speaking about here is BitFunded, someone that we've just joined with recently. We love the team very much, and we thought this would be a massive value to you guys. So myself and Dylan are going to quickly go through this platform, and we want to speak a little bit about how we think this could be great and how it's super powerful, and also show you one or two little strategies of how to actually look to trade these sort of things. Now, the big thing when it comes to these things, guys, is money, right? It always comes down to money. You know, a lot of people don't have too much money out there. And the problem is if you put all your money in one basket and you trade, you know, you end up losing what I call your gold. Okay. The problem is, you know, you want to make the money when the markets go up, right? So you have to play the game in order to make money. But if you get it incorrect, you are losing big chunks of your cash. So when it comes to this thing called prop trading, what they've done is they've basically made a way that, you know what? You want to be a trader, you're a good trader, you don't have much money to trade within the markets. We want to help you with that, right? So what they've done is they set up like a two-step process where you can now go and start off with fake money, and you can trade fake money through two levels. If you get through the first level, you got to get through the second. And if you get through the second level, they actually give you money to trade with. Now, once you have gotten through those levels and you have that money to trade with, you can then make 90% of the profits that you make on top of those that actual account that you are trading. And you get the sizes of up to $10,000, you get up to $25,000 and $50,000. Now, guys, people don't have this kind of money, right? But at the end of the day, we're going to show you how you have access to this. Yes, though.
Yeah, I mean, you've explained that really well. Essentially, you're going to be leverage trading, but you're going to be leverage trading with someone else's money. Okay, so you can practice on the demo accounts that they give you. If you pass the tests, it's really that simple. They give you a massive trading size account depending on what tier you are going to choose, and it's someone else's money, and you keep the bulk of those profits if you win.
Exactly. So that's the reward. Now, what is the risk? The risk is you have an entry price. You say, you know what? You have to buy a ticket to basically go through these two levels. Now, your ticket prices, you got one that's $49, you got one that's $100, you got one that's $200. It all depends on how much money you want to play with at the end, right? If you want to play with $25,000, it's going to cost you $229 per ticket. But basically, you will pay your entry price. Once you pay the entry price, if you don't get through the two levels, you will lose that money. Okay, if you get through those levels, you get to play with the big amounts. So what we like about this, guys, is you already have your loss up front. I think the biggest thing when it comes to playing with your money and playing with these $1,000, $2,000, you know, especially when it comes into the leverage sort of size, is, you know, you can get chomped away and your loss could basically take you all the way down to the bottom, you know, just by a little bit of a bad trading streak. Where here, you can basically say, you know what, I have $1,000 to get into leverage trading and I want to trade it. Like you can actually have 20 times, what is it, or of $50, right? You could actually 10 or 20 times, you could actually give yourselves 20 lives to still play with the thousands of dollars when it comes to the actual leverage amount or your position size. So I want to show you guys this for a second. This is what it looks like. And then Dill's going to show you once you get into the phases. Here we go. So BitFunded over here. By the way, in the link below in the description, you will find our link. This will give you access to all of this over here. Click on that link, open up an account. It is free to open up accounts. And then you'll see, here we go. You got your new challenges at the top, and you got your base, you got your starter, your intermediate, and your advanced. And if you see over here, it says it's a two-step assessment process, and then an unlimited trading period. So that's amazing. There's no time frame when it comes to these things. It's not like, oh, if you don't get this in 5 days, they just take the money. No. So you can really, if you take your time to get your entries in the market, there's a huge benefit of not having a time limit. Then there's a 90% profit split. Okay, and then you'll see over here, this is the price. So I want to show you just below there as well. You got 63 cryptos that you can trade as well. So if you look over here, it will cost you $49. Now, if you get through these two phases, you then unlock to trade with $5,000. So you put in $49, you get through the two levels. Now you have $5,000 to trade with, which you can keep 90% of the profits that you make above that 5,000, which is incredible. Okay, now people don't have access to this type of money, especially when it comes to bull legs, bull seasons. You got to start thinking a little bit about the power. Then you have the $10,000 one over here, where you put in $99. You do the same thing. You get through the levels. You can play with $10,000. Then you have the $200 package, which is $25,000. You have the $300, which is a $50,000, and then you have the expert level, which is $100,000. For me personally, guys, I like the first two. I think the first two is the first one to really get you going. You're not asking for crazy. This is a lot of money, but end of the day, it's like, I believe with a $5,000 to $10,000 account, you can do incredibly well. And I want to explain this to you guys firstly, just before Dole does go through a little bit of the process of once you're in the assessments. I would use something like this to get me started. Okay, if I can have a $5,000 to $10,000 and I can ultimately make $2,000 with that money, I can then take that $2,000 and go do it the real way in the thing. So a lot of people don't have a lot of money to start with. However, this could be something that can get you to where you need to get. Then you can go on your own journey and start to use it through. And if there's another time where the markets are tough, why are you using your own money? Why don't you use other money through the tough periods? Because you'll survive a lot more when the market's taking money. And therefore, when the market starts to rise again, you'll actually have money to stay in the game and actually take advantage of when the markets are basically moving. So I like this in a sense of this can get me to where I need to get, because I was a person that started off with a couple of $100. And the moment I managed to finally, I went to 10,000, went to zero, went to 10,000, went to zero. Once I finally got to those amounts and learned to look after it, a few months later, I managed to turn it, into close to like a mil, right? And over a mil and these sort of things. But nonetheless, it's something that can get you guys where you want to be. And one thing you got to always know about Banter is we're here to help you guys and to show you. And what we love about this is this might help you a lot more with the downside. I think that's been one big thing we've learned this year is people kill it in the upside, but in the downside, they get wiped over time. And I think this is going to give you more lives to survive. And I think that's a very big message we want to send.
And it's also a great way to train and to practice your skills, because you're testing yourself, on a demo account that costs you a ticket, and there's a reward at the end of the day. So you're not just trading a demo account with no reward. If you trade the demo account properly, they actually reward you by giving you a full-size trading account. And then the gains are obviously exponential if you can keep it together. So there's a lot of benefits here. Shall we pull up?
Do you want to show us? Yeah, show us, bro.
Yeah. So once you've gone through the process that Sheldon's just shown you, you're going to click on the link below. So I'm just going to show you this the link under the show. So you're going to click. You're going to go under the show, and you can just find the link. Now there's two links for BitFunded. You're going to sign up with the first link. You can see I'm just highlighting it here with my mouse. And then there'll be a link underneath this, under the show, that you sign up to that challenge that Sheldon has just shown you guys. And it's a very simple process. Once you're on there, you're going to send crypto to an address. So you just sign up, you drop your address in there, you send USDT I think it's on the Tron network, to the address. And then within a few minutes, say 5 or 10 minutes, you're going to get pinged. They're going to say your account is now activated and you can start trading. So then typically you're going to get a dashboard that looks like this. And you can see I've already started my first challenge, and you're going to see at the top here it says starter. So I bought the $99 package. You can click proceed to trade. When you click the proceed to trade button, you're going to get presented with this trading platform. It looks like
which is actually very nice. I was looking at the dashboard. It's actually it's a nice user base that you could. It's not too hard to use.
It's like a typical exchange that you're used to trading with. Any of the exchanges that you're using already to trade leverage. And you can see at the top left here, they show you it's a demo account. And goal number 1 is we need to make 8% to get to phase 2. Okay, you can see on my original challenge, I'm now $266 up. So I'm 2.6% up here on this original challenge. So I'm still trying to hit my 8% target.
So quickly explain that, Dole. So basically, once you enter there, your first trade, you got to the up or downside, long or short, right? You got to make 8%, right?
8% profit. You want to bank 8% profit, okay, with a maximum drawdown of 5%. Then they close you out. Then you have to restart the challenge. So,
you know, so you can't lose more than 5%.
Yeah, if you lose more than 5%, you get exited. They cancel the challenge and you have to start
Remember,
again.
guys, we're going to show you techniques on the charts to help you with this.
Okay, so it teaches you to be, you know, you got to trade this responsibly. If you want to get to the next stage, you know, you've actually got to really focus on how you're going about things. And I've taken 2 trades so far. This is now my 3rd one that I jumped into earlier today. And I've opened it. It's a maximum 5x leverage that they give you. So it's a $10,000 demo account on 5x. So it lets you trade $50,000 in total. And I opened a half size position here. So I'm trading 𝗦𝗚 at the moment. Here you can see on this platform at the bottom, and it's ticking over at the moment. And I'm looking, you know, potential exits for me are going to be, say, 29.3 or under these lows over here. I'm obviously speculating that 𝗦𝗚 is going to run later today with the US Open. And that's why I've gone long here. But pretty much identical to the other exchanges that you guys are trading on at the moment. It's just a demo account. So once you nail the 8%, you've got to wait a few days. Then they're going to give you challenge number 2, the 5% challenge. Then you're going to go into your real money trading. So it's as simple as that, really.
Amazing. So if you go back to the other dashboard, is that where you can monitor it, right?
Yeah.
We can basically see where you're at. This is where you'll track it.
And you can see here, it's highlighted max loss. Okay, so you know your max loss is allowed. They've given you that little chart so you can track it. You can see. And you can see actually on the 12th, I actually peaked over profit max. And I didn't bank the profits there. I banked them a little bit lower there, under. So then I still need to, you want to break this top line to obviously break challenge number 1. And here are the stages. Yeah, you can see. So challenge number 1, I'm in the demo stage. I've made $260 out of 800. Stage 2, I need to make $500, and then stage 3 is the live trading account.
That's when you really start. That's the real money, guys. So it's super powerful. So I want to show you a few things on the charts here, guys. Me personally, I think you got to take your time to get through the first 3 levels. I think the biggest mistakes people are going to make is trying to get through it too quickly. Okay, is to try, like, you know, to just get through it fast. I want to have access to that money very quickly. I think you can take a couple of days to get that money, to be honest. And I think you got to rather work on the accuracy and the taking the sort of time. So for me, that works under the sense of using a 4-hour or 8-hour chart. The first thing you want to do when you're looking ready to enter the trade is make sure that if you're longing or shorting, that your RSI is near the bottom phase or the top phase. Okay, just giving you an idea that the market has had some sort of pullback if you want a long, and it has some sort of, and it's pumped if you obviously want to short. And then again, for me, it will come down to the basis of trend lines for me, to be honest, because, you know, you do have important fib levels. You know, you could use things like fib levels. If I look at something like Chainlink here, I can see it's 1 leg here. There's good fib levels that I could look to possibly buy. You know, these are things like 618s, you know, things like that. I'll quickly draw it up. Let's just get a 618 up. You know, you can see we bounced nearly perfectly on that zone at the moment. That's good. But to be honest, I want to get through these levels. So what I'll be doing a lot more of is trend break trades. You know, something where I can find something like this, where you can see it's been drawing down for a while, multiple touches on the trend line. You can see 1, 2, 3 touches on this trend line over here. And the moment you crack and close outside this trend is where I'll enter the trade and pop a stop loss at the bottom. And right now, you're not going for the big money, right? You're just going for consecutive gains to get to that 8%. Okay, and one thing I like about the 4-hour, if you look at the last couple of waves, specifically that this market's been moving, you will see that we're basically moving in a 10% to 15% range. On the way up, we're going 10, 15%. On the way down, we're going 10, 15%. So you can decide to either do 2 or 3 trades to get that 8% in once. That's scalping. The only problem with scalping is, you know, you're putting yourself a little bit more at risk because you're getting in and out, in and out. You know, you might get stopped 1 or 2 times, so be aware of that. Or you can save yourself and wait for the very clear long trend. Remember, I always say 2 touches is a 50% chance on a trend line. 3 touches is 60%. 4 touches is 70%. And 4 to 5 touches and plus is 80% chance that your trade's going to go in success. Okay, so it gives you that idea of the trends that you're basically looking at. But for me, the main thing I want to do, guys, is the 4 to 8 hour is the perfect time frame. I think that too much of the scalping might get you caught up, but I think if you time 1 or 2 trades, I don't think it's that hard, guys, to get that percentage we're looking for, specifically if you are patient.
If you got a 5x leverage, we know that you can have quite a big drawdown there, you know, because I know there's a lot of degens there going 20x, 50x, all these types of things. So one of the strategies that I would employ here is to wait for a big level to hit. and you've got a massive drawdown area, and you can play around in those areas. And then obviously, like Sheldon likes to trade the breakouts, I like to fiddle around at these massive levels there, and then we like to add when we break the trend. So yeah, I mean, for me, I've only taken 2 trades on BitFunded so far, so I haven't been scalping. And I think you want to play the hot zones here to get into your challenge. And
exactly. And one thing you said now is laddering in, guys. Don't go all in. Put a little bit in, see if it goes right, and then add. Like, don't just go all in. Like, just put a little bit in, drop it in. Okay, shit, I got it at the right level. Okay, it's going down. Let's cut my losses now. Okay, sweet, it's going up. Okay, sweet. Let's start adding in on breaker trends. Like, what Dole was saying is perfect. Like, just put something in at good levels, and then something you can either cut quickly or you can add on to get those actual trades. But nonetheless, guys, I think you can have the opportunity, and we have seen a couple of accounts that have done amazing with $50 can take you to a level of unlocking a $10,000 portfolio. You know what I mean? And this is huge. After that, you make 1 or 2 big trades and you could be sitting in the thousands. And that gives those a chance, that can't just go put their last $2,000 on the line now. You can go put $50 on the line and still get the same result. And I think that's the big thing. So guys, link is below in the description. Me and Dole wanted to bring this to you guys, give you a little bit of a view of what it basically is, because we think that there is a lot of people that this can help out there. The main thing is don't rush, ladder in, and just take your time with the trades. And I think that's the big thing. You're playing for a bigger picture.
It's real money. Yeah, treat this challenge exactly the way you would treat your own value. To that same amount. Don't play games with it. Treat it the same way, because when you get the real money, you don't want to mess that one up. You want to have a strategy in place, and you want to be trading smart there.
Exactly. Guys, love you lots. Dole, thank you so much, bro. I know you've been working on all the shows, and we'll see you guys all on the next show. Much love. Ciao.
Ciao.